Hey guys, welcome to the Rational Optimization Podcast. My guest today is Andrei Lixandru. He's a friend of mine studying cognitive computing and artificial intelligence at Radboud University. A man that just before I met him for the first time survived 1 full month in the Peruvian Rainforest. A man that truly wants to build AGI and enhance human cognition. Every time we meet, we have like incredible conversation and it gets really, really deep. Today, he was actually a little more interviewing me than I was interviewing him. He was really asking questions about where exactly my goals come from and how exactly I want to execute on them. And yeah, I think it was really interesting. Enjoy. What is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do? That is what this podcast is about. This is the question. It doesn't mean only that, it means two things, basically. The first thing is we're going to search for the best possible goals you can have. And the second thing is we're going to try to find the best possible ways to follow those goals. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, pretty basic. Just, not pretty basic. It's actually pretty complicated.
It would have been a pretty short podcast series if you would have had a clear-cut answer, wouldn't it, folks?
No.
All right. Let's go more specific. So, when you say what are the best goals to have, who are the agents here? Who are the parties involved? Is it just you? What's the best thing Elias Schlee could do? Or what's the best way for anyone to behave?
It's a mix. Like, of course, I'm searching, like, if this question is only answerable in a personal level, so if you can only answer it for yourself, like, then I'm searching for the answer for myself. But I think that by learning about the world, you can pretty much generalize. That you can't generalize for everyone. Like we said last time, if the objective meaning would be to swim as far as possible, a person without arms would have a really hard time. So it's like maybe for the person without arms, there's another objective meaning, because he is better like in helping the other people swim further. If it's like the total distance, like I don't know. So I don't know if you get like if the people listening to this get this example from last time, but
okay. So Elias, just to bring people up to speed, quote unquote, if an AI would need to come to do all its complicated computations, and I would trust it that at the end of them, it would provide me with the answer, the ultimate answer to the meaning of life, I would be more than happy to wipe that AI's ass 24/7, no questions asked.
If it's the thing that makes the most progress to finding objective meaning, then it's the most objective meaningful thing you can do, and therefore it's the thing I would do. Wiping that AI's ass. But it's like I would really have to trust it, and yeah, somehow it doesn't sound so fun when I say it on a podcast. Whenever I just talk to you in private, it was like, for sure I'm gonna wipe this AI's ass. Like, but
you are way more committed in private on this AI wiping situation than you are on camera. I don't blame you.
It's okay.
I've been this. Okay, you'd still do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so So what does 2 points here. One, how are other people involved? 2, what does meaning have to do with the best goals to have and the best ways to follow those goals?
Meaning is it's like the definition. It's like the same. Meaning, and like if there's meaning is a goal that is better than another goal. So if there is a goal that is better, if there's something that is objectively better than doing something else, that means that there's like a goal that is better than another goal. Like, for example, it's better to cure cancer than to go out and torture children. Yes. Like, if you say this is a difference, then you say there is objective meaning. Like if you say it's objectively better to do this than this, it's not just your personal like thing you want, but it's like the thing you really believe. Then you say there's objective meaning, and I want to find the most. And if you also say there are things that are more true than others, then you say then you can also get closer.
There is one ultimate. There's one thing truer than everything.
No, but you can get more closer to objective meaning. That's the thing. I don't know what you're going to reach in the end, but you can get closer to it. And you can work to get closer to it. So I want to work to get closer to objective meaning, if it exists. Or I want to be so sure that it doesn't exist that I like do something else. But as long as I'm say there's the possibility that it exists, I want to try to find it. And yeah, basically.
Okay, so we have different definitions of meaning. Like we use the word different ways. Like for me, meaning is a more one first person perspective kind of thing. Like
so
the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning.
Okay. So
when you
maybe
really don't want to get them. Yeah.
I defined
meaning.
Objective meaning.
Objective meaning.
I defined objective meaning is a goal that is objectively more I can objective meaning. Okay. So a goal is that is objectively superior to other goals. That is objective meaning. Anything that would allow you to make judgments about it's too dark. So anything that would allow you to make judgments about things being better or worse than other things. So it's like this is objective, like anything that would allow you to make objective judgments. What you define, I think, you can give your definitions, but
personal meaning.
But it's like subjective meaning. So we should like we I don't know if I have.
Keep it open, this one.
Yeah, I will, but I can have them open side by side. Wait, I can do a. So now we have them open. Okay, so what is? I have the German keyword activated. What is subjective meaning?
Wait, so you didn't define it yet?
No, I did not. I just made a new note because I have the meaning note. So I say meaning, like the definition of the word meaning.
Yes.
No, it's just that it's a goal that is for some reason superior to another goal. So when you personally say, for me, my life goal is to do as many backflips as possible.
Yes.
For some reason, or to watch as many animes as possible. Then this would be a meaning for you, and it doesn't matter if it's objective, if it's not. It's just if you believe it's for some reason better than other goals, then it's meaning that you have. Like if you say every goal is the same level, then you don't have any meaning. But if you say there's something that is like if you say there's something that is worth doing over another thing, like there's something there are actions that are better than others, then you have meaning. And the reason why you say this doesn't matter. This is just meaning. And if you say it's like objective, so it's like there is like a bigger truth to this, then it's objective meaning. If you say it's just like my personal opinion, then it's subjective meaning. And there are people that say objective meaning doesn't exist. It's always subjective. And so you don't have to think inside this categories if you don't agree to objective one.
No. Okay. So meaning having a goal superior to other goals.
Yes.
Now, do you need to be aware of this goal? Like, does an amoeba
have meaning?
Have a meaningful existence? Because it searches for glucose. And that's its purpose, and that's, one could argue, observing its behavior, the most that an amoeba considers finding and ingesting glucose a goal superior to all other goals. Now,
True.
What has meaning in this? So, first of all, does this situation contain meaning anywhere?
The amoeba?
The amoeba searching for glucose.
I don't. The thing is, I don't know if the amoeba is conscious. So if you say it's conscious, and it's like, I don't know if you have to, maybe you have to be able to perceive goal, like to define goals, to call it meaning, or to at least like decide. Like I don't know if the amoeba decides, but I don't even know if we decide. Like if you really think about it, maybe we don't even decide. Maybe we just like imagine like our head is just like acting like as if we could decide, but in reality we can't decide. So yeah, maybe like
Amoeba, man, tell me,
let's
yes
say
or no?
okay. I think
Probabilities.
okay. If the amoeba has consciousness, and you could call it like this. It's like a question of definition, but I'm not a amoeba, so it's hard for me to
Yep.
say. So I'm a human. I can actually I can't even say for you.
Good.
I-
Good. Let's stick to humans.
I
Fuck the
can't.
amoebas.
I can't even tell you.
Amoeba community, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But we don't care about you on this podcast. Not yet.
It's
at
not
least.
it's not the most rational thing to do for amoebas. Sometimes there will be a spin-off, rational optimization for amoebas.
Once the amoebas take over the world,
Yes, we're gonna make a podcast.
we're gonna have an amoeba Elias
Yeah,
talking shit about human Elias.
yeah, I hope so. No,
All right. So
Yeah.
let's stick to humans. Can you give me an example? So meaning is an attribute,
yeah.
right? It's an attribute that it's attached to what?
Objective meaning would be an attribute.
Attribute.
Like subjective meaning would be something you can attribute it to things. Like I can say like to actions and goals. I think
action and goals.
actions go like things can't be meaningful. Action and goals can be I think only meaning is also like a framework from which you define better or worse. And like an object is not never better or worse. Like a knife isn't good or bad. A knife is just a knife.
Mhm.
But what you do with a knife, if you do something with a knife that helps you like reach like something you want to reach, then the knife can be helpful for this goal. I don't know if you can say this knife is meaningful because of this, but it's like
Okay, so
but no, I wouldn't say this like knife is
inert objects
yeah.
don't have meaning.
Yes.
in
Yeah, like
themselves.
humans as well. Like meaning is a judgment. Is a judgment. Meaning is judgment. Like you can judge actions and goals to be more meaningful or less meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like last time we spoke, and it was like meaning can be. Imagine everyone can imagine there's like an objective meaning. Like imagine, for example, the objective meaning is curing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could give your day a rating from -1 to 1. So 1 would be that you did like the most possible thing to make progress towards curing cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and -1 would be that you did like the best possible thing to prevent curing cancer, and 0 would be that you just watch animes all day.
Play Clash of Clans.
Play Clash of Clans.
No offense to the anime lovers.
And to the Clash
Nah,
of
some
Clans.
offense.
And to the Clash of Clans lovers. But it's like, then you would have made no progress towards objective, like, let's say this. And if you like research on curing cancer, you would have a pretty high number. But maybe if there's like a janitor that is like building, like caring for 20 or like let's say 100 people that are all doing research, and the janitor is just like caring that they all have like warm showers and they have like their trash is taken out and stuff, then maybe even this janitor has like more influence or has a more meaningful day than all those people, because he's like doing a more important job. Like
Yeah,
you can
200 people.
you can wipe the AI's ass, and this can be the most meaningful thing, even if you're not the one thinking about like trying to cure cancer. You can still be a facilitator and have a meaningful action. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah.
meaningful, objective meaning. What are the best goals to have, and what are the best ways to pursue those goals?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
2 ways. The best way to pursue a goal. This is a topic addressed by many other people. They're domain specific.
Exactly.
And we, at this point, don't have a goal yet. So what I'm more interested in right now is choosing the optimal goal. Now, tell me, man. So, what are your intuitions about this problem? Like, where does one start when evaluating and comparing different goals?
You choose one, or you let's say you take the one you have the best feeling for. Like you think this one may be right. So maybe it's meaningful to maybe it's Christianity. So you have the Christian God, do what the Christian God tells you, and this would be a meaningful existence. So, and then you question it, and then you start questioning, and over time, you may find out that it's true or false. Like you make a hypothesis. Like if the Christian, I don't know. Like you try.
We both know what you're thinking of, man.
Yeah, but no.
But they don't.
No, I don't even really know. No, you try to find arguments against what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say you just decide for one thing, and then you try to find arguments why this is meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
And till date, everything that I tried was meaningless. Like everything I questioned turned out to be meaningless, except searching for meaning. This is the only thing that was left. But it's yeah.
All right, but you still act in the world.
Yes.
You are condemned to be free.
Yes.
You're an autonomous agent. You are not compelled by other people to do something. You're not someone's slave. You're not under forced labor. You're not a prisoner.
Yes.
You enjoy the most liberty anyone can enjoy in the 21st century.
Yes.
You still make choices.
Yes.
You still allocate your time.
Yes.
In different endeavors. Now, how can you say that everything you question so far is meaningless?
Except searching for meaning.
Since you, by your very acts, by your very being, state that some things are more meaningful than others. So let's go back to the meaning concept, the attribute.
Yeah.
Is it binary? Either
No.
meaningful or meaningless?
It's level.
And nothing in between.
It's levels.
Levels.
It's levels. It's like you can have 1, -1, 0. Like every action can.
Wait. So this is the 1, -1, 0.
Yeah.
Is it about optimizing progress on a goal? Or is it about comparing goals? Because I see it more as making progress on a already established goal.
You could
evaluation.
No, you could use it to compare actions. So you could, if you have two possible actions, and one, and you can give each action like a score of how much it brings you closer to the objective meaning per time. So if you have let's say it's curing cancer, and which action would give the most? Like I'm a janitor.
Yes.
I don't know. I have no idea about cancer.
Yes.
Like which action brings the world closer to, or which life that I can live can bring the world closer to curing cancer. Okay.
Yeah.
I could try to understand everything, but I'm really stupid. I have a hard time reading and stuff. And it's but I'm a really good janitor. So maybe the most meaningful thing I can do is help the cancer people. So it's you can use this number to compare.
So in the situation with the janitor, the situation already has established the most optimal goal.
Yeah.
There is already a goal established.
But it's
now my question is, how do you establish that goal?
You try to approximate it. You never know the number. You can't
wait, doesn't matter the number, bro. Because in estimating the number, you got the metric.
Yeah.
Cancer, curing cancer.
Yes.
Now what do you do with no metric?
If you have no metric, you have no meaning. Or if you have no...
So how do you arrive at something instead of cancer there?
You try different things. So maybe let's say you ask, okay, maybe it's curing cancer. Okay, now we think about it. Okay, why should curing cancer be objectively meaningful?
Mm-hmm.
And then you ask yourself, okay, maybe it's objectively meaningful because I propose
Yes.
curing cancer is objectively meaningful.
Yes.
Okay, now why? Okay, what
Why?
are my reasons for this? Maybe it's because I make a lot of people's life better by curing cancer.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, maybe curing cancer is not the objectively meaningful thing, but making people's life better is the objectively meaningful thing.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, I propose something new. Making people's life better is a meaningful thing. And then you ask, okay, why? That's the point
Yeah, and
where it's getting hard because, you can say because suffering is like pleasure is better than pain, but why now? And now is the point where I didn't find why. What is the because it's just a moment. The moment is going to be over. After the moment is over, there is no suffering or pain anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't find.
And if the moment lasts,
I think.
if the moment lasts half a second,
Yes.
or half a century, it's still
Nothing.
nothing compared to the grand scale of the universe.
Yeah, and even the universe, I don't know. We don't even know if the universe is something against compared to the grand scale of existence. Like.
Okay, here we disagree, man. So what's your level? What's your level of analysis here? Because what I would say is that even that half a second of pain is meaningful. And it matters in
Why?
me making my decisions.
Why?
And in keeping it. Because now I know what it's like to be in pain. Okay, let's say suffering. Suffering
Yes.
approximates better what I'm trying to say here.
Yes.
Unnecessary suffering. Like, not suffering because
Not suffering
you're
because
exploring
you want to, yeah,
and
yeah.
you're throwing yourself in a new environment that has so much potential bounty, but also so much potential danger.
Yeah.
Unnecessary suffering out of human malevolence or out of the merciless nature we're surrounded by. This nature can be anything: hurricanes, tsunamis, disease, age, old age, mental disease.
You say this is objectively.
I'm saying unnecessary suffering. Okay,
Yeah.
this unnecessary attribute offers a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
But we all can differentiate suffering caused for suffering's sake, or suffering caused out of ideology or some rationalization. But we all know that there is a difference between causing suffering to another human being and meaningless suffering, and unnecessary suffering that could be easily avoided, and that only leads to distraction. That doesn't lead to. There's another kind of suffering we as international students experience, of being all alone in a new environment, knowing no one, and searching for accommodation in this.
This is not understood. Or wait.
So this kind of suffering has a constructive element
Yes.
to it,
Yes.
because when you're with your back against the wall, you are pushed towards finding your niche, like the human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the human body wasn't so weak and impotent when confronted with all the other animals in its ancestral environment, it would have never figured out how to break how to use tools to break bones to eat the bone marrow left from the hyenas, and then use those tools to do fancier tools and to hunt live animals. And that suffering, one could say, had a constructive element to it. What I'm saying is there is suffering in the world with no constructive element, with just suffering for destruction's sake. And what I'm saying is
this is objective.
This is bad.
Yeah.
And to be avoided. And there is meaning in trying to ameliorate
objectively or subjectively.
Okay.
This
is another
really
problem.
Better to do this, or is it just you think that? Like, is there objective meaning if I cause suffering or if I cause no suffering? Is it like
so we established I established the level of analysis. That's what I asked you, because a second of pain doesn't matter compared to a year of pain.
The thing is,
and compared to the grand scheme of the universe and beyond.
Okay,
but I said no. Even an instance of unnecessary, avoidable suffering, matters. Now, the level of analysis. So there are multiple threads to go on this landscape.
Yes, I have two.
First, I go for mine.
Yeah.
What's your level of analysis, and what determines that level of analysis, especially in the practical sense of acting in the world, if not human experience? And your points, man. Your points.
Okay. Like, you ask what my, like, my goal. It's like searching for objective meaning. So it's like, what exactly is your question? Because I can answer it to you why I don't believe that suffering matters.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but my question is, why is half a second of pain equivalent to half a year of pain?
Okay, so I don't say it's equivalent, but I say if half a second of pain is meaningless, or is not good, or is neither good nor bad, then half a year of pain is also neither good nor bad. So you can call it equivalent, but it's not equivalent because it's like the one is more suffering than the other, and it's like
different quantitatively.
It's different, but it's still, if it's both, if both
meaning wise,
like if it has no meaning to prevent 1 second of suffering, it also has no meaning to prevent 1 year of suffering. Mm-hmm. So it's, by the way, it's really philosophical. Like I don't know if I really believe this. It's just like is the ideas I try.
You believe it now, boy. It's on camera. It's recorded.
Okay.
And now you have to stand by it until the day you perish. You're not allowed to change your opinions.
Never.
Otherwise, you'll be branded as flaky.
Okay.
And a man that's not of commitment.
Okay.
And principle.
So, because, I believe that it doesn't matter. And actually, you gave a good example. Like, you brought me to this. Because why is there pain and why is there pleasure? Why is there suffering and why is there not suffering? It's only for one reason. It's just because in evolution, this was the thing that made us humans survive. Because for some reason, it's not that it's objectively better to eat something
it's what it is.
Healthy, and it's objectively worse to die like while you have like after war with the spear stuck in your belly, like when you're dying. Like it's not that one is objectively better than the other one. It's just that evolution is like, the first one is really good because this way we survive. Like, let's say,
it's a nudge.
Like, imagine there are 2 humans, and one human feels a lot of pleasure, like never suffers. Like it's like, oh, you stick a knife into me, I don't care. I feel good. I have a good time. And the other one is like, oh, it hurts. now I'm really angry at you, and now I'm suffering, but I'm gonna like come back. And who of those two survives? Like it's like
I know
all
what
the
you mean.
all the feelings we have, all the judgments we make as humans, like the biological, like the stuff that is like in our DNA, the stuff that we judge as good or bad, from our DNA, like not
Wait.
from.
I just learned about this at ethics. Jonathan Haidt had
I have no internet.
a paper exactly on this. Next time you'll have internet.
Okay.
So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So our moral intuitions.
It's just evolution, 100%. Everything we feel is just evolution, and that's why there is no, like, it's not objectively better or worse. It's just that by accident the things, like, it could be 100% turn around. It's like if it would be evolutionary advantage for you to cure to be cruel to, like, to torture children.
Yeah.
If this would be like an evolutionary advantage,
Yes.
then this would feel really good.
Mhm.
And if it would be evolutionary bad to help your neighbor, then this would feel really bad. You would
Yeah.
feel pain
Yeah.
when you help your neighbor. But and now just because for some reason, for like, let's call, like, for some
Yeah.
reason it's good to help your neighbor,
Mhm.
and that's why it feels good to help your neighbor.
Yes.
And that's why it's good to have friends, and that's why but it's not objectively good. It's just like because for some reason it helped you survive, and now you think it's better. Like, now you think it's better to prevent something that causes suffering, but it's just like suffering is just something that evolution invented to make us do things, because evolution doesn't even invent it. Like, those are just the people that had this in themselves.
Yeah.
They were the ones surviving. So
Mutations.
it's like we're just the ones
Gene
left. Yeah.
permutations.
It's not better.
it's a
It's not
code.
worse. It's just the ones that are left. It's like,
A code made of A, T, C, and G's that just under different lengths and permutations
yeah,
turned out the way it did after many iterations of evolution.
yeah. It just, we're the ones left. We're the ones that survived. Like,
But that doesn't discount one thing. That doesn't cancel anything regarding feeling meaningless suffering. That suffering is still real and you still feel it, regardless of why it ended up there, of why it came to be. That suffering still matters. That doesn't take anything away from the suffering. When you're suffering, you can say that to yourself that, okay, my ancestors, when you're in Corona times and you
Yeah.
haven't seen the sun for 2 months,
yeah,
you can say this, you can play this on repeat, that, okay, my ancestors used to see the sun every day and work out and eat veggies and hang out with other people, and that's why I'm feeling so bad right now, because I'm not doing these things. And the people that didn't do these things and didn't feel bad, they all died out of loneliness and being eaten by tigers. Because when you're lonely, you're vulnerable in the ancestral environment. But that doesn't mean you're not suffering in the moment. That doesn't help you one bit. That suffering is still real. And the loneliness and the alienation of the Corona times
okay.
lockdown. That thing is equally important and real, no matter why.
You could actually imagine,
The
like,
experience of suffering
yeah,
is meaningful.
you could actually say this is like the only thing real, because in this moment, like, if you think about it, evolution, all the stuff we talk about, it doesn't nothing exists except this one moment of experience.
Yeah.
Nothing else exists. So you can say, if this one moment of experience feels bad, then nothing else exists but like a bad moment of experience. And if it feels good, nothing else exists. Like, it's always only one thing in one moment. And
Yeah. Wait a second. This is a really important point, but we're getting very philosophical very quick. So, okay, this is a real good point about which I don't think I ever discussed this point
yeah,
with anyone.
Okay.
So we're both in the optimization game.
Yes.
Now, to optimize our lives, our experience, we need to be able to make a comparison.
Yeah.
between two experiences.
Yes.
Now, we're in a very unfortunate predicament right here. Because by definition,
You can't compare.
you
Please.
can only experience one experience at a time.
Yes.
You cannot experience two experiences and
Yes.
then decide, okay, this feels better than this one. So I'm going to keep doing the things that get me here. So how do you tackle that problem? Because for me, I just stopped thinking about it, and I decided to believe in beautiful lies. And this is one of the beautiful lies I believe in. That
It's somehow possible.
somehow, given your memory and your network, the information you get from your memories and from your network, and from the people around you, you can make educated guesses about past experiences, even though you can't live them all together. You can still compare them. So how do you tackle this predicament
I think
of not being able to compare two experiences?
I think it's probably pretty similar as you say. So it's like probably your brain creates a representation. Like the problem is we don't know why we have consciousness. I know it sounds like this has nothing to do with it, but like I think maybe you can explain the brain. You could just say, okay, it's just like a neural network that somehow gets input and output, and somehow it makes decisions. Like somehow, yeah. Or like I don't know how it does, like how it compares like two experiences, but somehow it has input and it's like optimized itself to give the output that is like most has the best on the surviving function. Let's say like or reproduction function. Like this is like the problem is, why is there consciousness? Because this is like destroys everything. Oh. And this was not even an answer to your question, really. It's like, but if you don't understand this, then it's so hard to explain anything else, because it's so like you don't for the neural network, you don't have to explain how it compares to experiences, because it's like
if it does the thing,
it just does. Yeah, it just gets input and does give us the right output, like from training, like over the years of evolution, like but. If there's consciousness, there's something like, I don't know how I consciously decide, but I don't know if I consciously decide anything. Like, I don't know, how do you decide anything? Like, you just do. Like how do you decide between two experiences? Of course, that's it's a interesting question, but how do you decide anything? Because like, I don't know how do you think? It's like,
yeah, this is my point. The best one can do
believe
is to do the best you can with what you have where you are.
Yeah 100% agree.
Best guesses,
Yes,
that's just picking one option that you choose to believe in. And my point is that you can make the same for assigning meaning to goals. That the human being has the power to assign meaning to goals, independent of objective or subjective or true or false. You have the power to assign meaning, to assign ultimate meaning to anything.
Just because you want to.
Yes.
Because you decide to believe in it.
Yeah. Just like you decide to believe that you can compare two experiences and to optimize your life. You can make a best guess for meaning.
I think it's probably what we do all the time. It's also what I do. But my best guess for meaning is that I want to search for more meaning. Like my best guess is that I want to get like, I want to get closer to what is the true meaning or what is the best meaning. I don't know if there's like the best meaning, but I know there are better meaning than other
Yes.
ones.
So,
So-
tell me the meanings, man. Tell me your wild guesses of the meanings.
I will not, because this is the moment we will end this podcast for today.
No.
No.
I want to hear. I want you at least 3 best guesses of meaning,
Okay,
so we can pick it up.
in the
Next
next
time.
one. Okay. Okay. 3, like the first one, searching for like you want me just to guess like what's possible.
Your best guesses, dude. Just like you
Okay.
guess.
Okay, my first best guess is to okay, so searching for meaning doesn't count.
That's circular, brother.
Okay, yeah.
I'm telling you to
Okay.
tell me what are the most promising
Okay,
fruits of your search.
First one,
and you're telling me that
first
that's
one,
the
first
search.
one there is
Right.
First one there is none. There's nothing. Okay, best guesses.
That's the bottom of the
Okay,
bucket,
yeah.
bro. So you have the bucket, right? You have the milk.
Yes.
You have the farmer's market milk.
And I just do the circle
Right?
at the bottom. I never.
Yeah. You have the farmer's market milk.
Yes.
And let's think of the milk as the landscape of goals.
Yes.
And now let's think of the fat in the milk as the meaning
Yes.
of those goals.
Yes.
All right. More fat, more meaning. And the fat in the farmer's market milk, one of the future sponsors of this podcast,
I hope so.
God bless. The fat all thickens out at the top of
Yeah.
the bottle.
Yes.
Now, I am asking you, okay, give me your best guesses of meaning in this bottle.
Okay.
And you keep putting more fat. You keep looking
Okay,
for more
okay.
fat.
Okay.
You're not satisfied with the fat. Okay, that's the search for the fat.
So I have to.
And then instead of taking the upmost layer of fat, the juiciest juice of fat in
Yeah.
the farmer's market milk, you go through it at the bottom where there's all that chocolate dust, that chocolate powder, and absolutely no fat, and you get that powder out, and you slap it in my hand, in the form of my best guess is that there's no meaning. So
Yeah.
I want from you the fat boy.
Okay.
Give me the fat.
Oh,
Don't give
okay.
me no
Bro,
chocolate powder.
It took really long for me to understand this. What you were trying to say. I still think I didn't get it 100%. I'm sure the people listening to this.
They are even more confused than you will
Yes.
ever be.
Yes. Okay.
But we'll get the sponsor
Okay.
and they will totally understand that.
Okay. So, being like, first guess, being as happy as possible, like enjoying as much as possible yourself, not other people, just
Yourself.
just your own experience, because you have nothing else but your own experience.
Mhm.
Second one, same, but also with other people included. Third one, that's it. I don't have other ones. Okay, guys, this was the Rational Optimization Podcast. I really have to pee, and we're gonna do this again next week because I love this, bro. Andrei, I love you, man.
I love you
It's
too, man.
amazing.
I will make an outro. Okay, people. This is it. This is what you eat, drink, piss, and shit. Your whole existence only depends on this. Or at least ours does. What is this called? Cold search for the most optimal way to be. Are we in so much pain that the only thing we can do with it is turning into fuel in our quest for optimization? Just hoping, praying, craving that at the end of the optimization, of this optimization quest, there's a safe haven waiting for us, in which life wouldn't be so cold, so merciless, in which we will finally feel some warmth, in which the hard shit we do will no longer be worth doing, because we won't need to numb our minds for moments peace of exhaustion. Is this what we're after? Find out in the next episode of Rational Optimization.
This has been a Rational Optimization podcast. I hope you learned something. See you in the next one.